Now you ready. It's your first day. You ready to, you got your lifestyle after five shirt on because you got to look smooth. We talked about cigar swag last week, and cigar and swag go together. So now you purchase your lifestyle after five shirt. You looking good. You got your proper Italian leather shoes on, or even some nice expensive I don't know, Jordans, whatever you wear, and you looking good and you smell good. You got your cigars, you got this fancy humidor travel pack with you, and you go in there, but no one told you how to act. What,
Yeah.
what's some cigar etiquette for the lounges?
So, first thing is if you're going to go to a cigar lounge, either buy something from them. You got to support your local lounges. Your brick and mortar stores is what they call them. Now, like with Cigar International has alcohol and a humidor, so either way, you're going to be
Spending money at
spending
the
money.
establishment.
But a lot of cigar places, they're only the humidor, so just don't go in there and smoke your cigars you bring. Buy one, buy something, kind of support your local businesses. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you're new into the game, or you're just getting into it, don't go up and smell the cigars. Do not put them up to your nose and smell them and put them back. That's It's kind of unsanitary, and it's kind of disrespectful.
I'm guilty of that. I used to do that all the time. I just
I've done that once or twice, but I
Mhm.
was gonna buy it. I guess you smelled the cigar you wanted to buy, but
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
yeah, you
I
can do.
made that mistake. This is why
yeah,
we warning you. We made the mistakes already.
hmm
Hmm.
yeah. Other things too is just, be respectful of your surroundings. There's going to be people there that, like we talked about before, they're just chill, you know, relax, kind of let the day go. Don't be that guy where you're, kind of loud, obnoxious, or just
Hmm.
causing attention to yourself. That throws off the whole vibe of the place. The other thing is be nice. Like, hey, what are you smoking? Can you give me any tips? Just kind of asking. Or a lot of the people, you'll be surprised if you go up and you talk to them, they'll talk to you back.
Yeah, they want to talk. I mean, they're in a cigar lounge. They want to talk to you about cigars. So you can't be afraid to ask questions, whether it be the staff or a fellow lounger that's there relaxing. And there are instances too where people go to these lounges with a significant other or friends, and they're not necessarily a smoker.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is I've seen people out who aren't smokers. I've had friends go with us who aren't smokers, and yeah, they'll try it, but at the same time, you don't want to be blowing smoke in somebody's face, or yeah, it's smoky in there, but still, like, not deliberately.
Yeah.
I've experienced it, and I have an appreciation and a disdain for that at the same time. And this is what I'm getting at. Because now the cigar lounge is now the new thing to do.
Mhm.
It's the new club. It's the new you got to be in. And you're right. It is getting filled in certain cases where, especially if there's music and stuff going, where the cigar lounge is being filled with non-smokers,
Yeah.
and they don't know the etiquette. They're not. They don't even. They're not into cigars, so they don't know the etiquette. They don't care about the etiquette. But they're coming in. They hogging the seating from the real smokers. And then they may purchase drinks, and I do welcome them. But you're sitting around there, you're trying to get a place to smoke your cigar. You're trying to find a corner because you are in a cigar bar and you're blowing smoke, and you got somebody over there like you've been intrusive to them. Like I don't get to it. So if you're a non-smoker, you are welcome in the cigar lounge, but be respectful of the smoke. It's a cigar bar, and let them have some seating so they can sit down and enjoy their cigar. Go stand in the corner somewhere till some seating come.
Yeah. That's about
Some
right.
other things
Yeah.
I wanted to mention. We mentioned, always ask before lighting up. Be friendly, like you said. Be respectful. Use the ashtrays. Do not flick the
Yeah.
ashes on the floor and all over the counter and on other people.
Yes.
Dispose of your butts properly. And what is the proper way to dispose of a butt?
Okay, so there's a lot of debate, but most of the time you just leave it on the ring of the what is it, ashtray.
Ashtray.
They have multiple rings. Just leave it on there and let it go out. Just let it go out, because if you start to kind of put it out, depending on what the ashtray is made of, you actually might burn it. It's not a cigarette where it's a little light. This is a big light and has a big ember, so you could
Yeah,
start
of course,
damaging.
light it. Now, I've seen mainly women that take a fork almost and smoke the butt
Oh, that's my
of
favorite
the
thing.
cigar. How
So
do
if
you do that? 'Cause I'm sitting there with my fingers and it's like it gets hot when you're sitting
yes,
around there and it's like my lips and stuff is getting you will burn your lips doing that. And I'm just sitting there like, how do women take it and burn it down to the without burning their lips up?
yeah, you have it's like a little pitchfork. I call it like a little pitchfork thing, and that was the issue I was having. I would tell him like, "Oh, I want to finish it, but I can't because it burns my fingers." And so he got me one of those, and it's the coolest thing. I love it because then you're just sitting there. I feel fancy, like I'm back in the day, old school, smoking a.
It's called either a nubber or a cigar pick. So if you ever look one up, that's what they are.
Invest in one
Yes.
if you want to smoke your cigar.
It doesn't burn your lips though when you use the fork.
Sometimes, if like I'm smoking it too far down, then yeah, but no, not as bad if I'm using the fork. It was burning my fingers more than my lips.
So be careful if you're using a fork. I don't think it fits my style to use a fork, but to each his own.
Usually women do that, yeah. I
I
mean,
mainly see women use a fork, but I mean, to me, I'm not. You're never going to see me use a fork.
Yeah.
Not my thing. To each is his own. So, like we stated, the don'ts. Don't hog the seating. Don't
Yes.
blow smoke at others. This is not a smoke blowing competition. And like I said, allow. You got a cigar in your hand. Don't be loud and disruptive in a drink. And you know, encourage asking the ask the staff if you're unsure. And like you said, most of them will recommend cigars if you don't know what you want to smoke or what
Yeah.
you like. And every cigar bar I went to, they've always been very friendly.
Mhm.
Yes, they usually are.